Hello, my loves. I'm in Sayla's room today. Jeremy's downstairs with her. They're just chilling. She just ate and everything. And I just kind of wanted to come in here and talk. A lot has happened today emotionally, and it's going to impact our family a lot. But we decided right now that this is probably what's best for my well-being and our family. So I quit my job. I will not be returning to work next week. I woke up this morning and I was okay. I woke up before Sayla did. I went to the bathroom. She was starting to stir. So I came out and I looked at her and I told her good morning, and she looked up at me and she smiled, and my heart just ached. It was so painful, and it did not stop aching. So I changed Sayla, and then I brought her in the room to feed her, and I was pumping on the other side. I fed her on the right side, so I was pumping the left, and I put her in the boppy in front of me, and she waits there until I'm done pumping, and then we go downstairs to let the dog out. But I opened my Facebook for a quick second while I was still pumping, and she was just kicking me and playing. And the first post that came up was talking about one of my friends from church, talking about how much anxiety they've had. She had a baby about 2.5 weeks before me. And she was talking about how much she missed her baby and the anxiety attack that she had. And they also have an older baby, and how much she also missed him, and how her younger girl dropped from the 50th to the 20th percentile because she was working as a nurse, so she worked 12-hour shifts, and her baby wasn't gaining enough weight, and her husband called her up, and he was struggling, and he was stressed out from his work, and she took a minute, and she was like, I don't think this is right for our family. And she talked to God about it and came to the conclusion that she was going to be a stay-at-home mom right now, and that nursing would always be a thing, and then that she would just be a stay-at-home mom right now and figure the rest out later. And that's what God told her. And so I stopped for a minute and I started bawling my eyes out. The first post I see, wake up with an aching heart, and it all just felt like this huge sign for me that I needed to figure some stuff out for myself. So I texting Jeremy because he was at work, and I went and I saw him on his lunch break, and we talked about it some more, and he was like, well, if this is what you think you need to do right now for your well-being and for our family and for Sayla and everything else, then that's what you need to do. I will support you 100% if this is what you want to do. And it just felt right. And so I love my boss. I respect him so much, so I never would want to disrespect him in any way. So I had him call me, and he was working, and so it was just a quick little conversation. And I was like, me and my husband had a really deep conversation this morning. We think that at this stage in my life, I need to be home with my baby. And he was like, if that's what you need to do, and he was very understanding, a lot more understanding than I thought he would be. He's kind of hard-headed. He was like, we'll figure out what we need to do to get you home to be with your little one. I might have to still go in for like a day next week to officially return, because they did pay me maternity leave, so I might have to like officially return, and then I can stop or whatever. But he's gonna figure all that out, and he's gonna call me back. But it was such a weight lifted off my shoulder to just know that I'm gonna be here with her. And ever since, for weeks now, I've been dreading returning to work. It literally is just an ache in my heart and in my bones. And I know a lot of people might not understand, because, these times people are like, oh, moms can work and it's fine. You can be a mom and a have a full-time job, and I was only going back part-time anyways because Jeremy was going to get off at 3, I was going to go in at 4 to 9. It was just a couple hours, just a couple days a week. I wasn't going to work the weekends because that's the only time Jeremy has off, and that's when I wanted our family time to be. I didn't want to miss out on everything anyways. So I just felt like this was what we needed to do, and I feel so much better already. We were struggling last night because Jeremy was trying to put her to sleep without me, because if I'm working 4 to 9, that's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to put her to sleep without me. And we've just been like struggling trying to get her to like respond to him, because I'm her mom, and you know, it's just how that goes. Just such a relief, so much stress off my shoulders. I know a lot of people probably won't understand. My mom died when I was little, and the only thing I wanted ever since was to be a mom myself, to start what she didn't get to finish. And so it's very emotional for me to be a mom and to be able to have this journey. And so I don't want to take it for granted. I applied for East Tennessee State University for next year. We have been planning to move to Johnson City, Tennessee for a couple years now. We didn't get to move this year because Sayla was born and finances, and it just kind of wasn't the right time. I'm ready to get out of North Carolina, out of this area of North Carolina. We're going to be in the mountains, and I've always wanted to live in Tennessee. Tennessee has always just called me. So if you live in Tennessee, let me know. Eastern Tennessee, let me know how you like it. Things to do. I'm really excited, and I'm really excited for Sayla to grow up there and her siblings to grow up there. So I applied for fall of 2023 for online classes for East Tennessee State University, and I'm excited to start that. So I'm going to take this rest of the year off, and the beginning of next year probably, unless finances get too hard on us, then I will start working again. If that's what I need to do for my family, I will start working again. But right now, just the relief of being able to be home with her and through the holidays was a huge thing, because I could just see me being the one who would have to work every holiday this year, because I didn't work any of them last year. I think I worked like Halloween, but what adult cares about Halloween until you have a kid? And I don't want to miss her Halloween. And then we always do this big family Thanksgiving, and I need her to be there. I want her to be there. And then we're going up to Pennsylvania for Christmas to be with the other side of my family, and I don't want her to miss those things, and I don't want my family to miss her being a part of those things. So it was just a huge part of it. And obviously for the next child, I'm sorry, my middle child, it's probably going to be a little different. I'm going to take these classes, and I'm going to get a big girl job, and hopefully I can support my family someday, and maybe even my husband will be able to stay home with our kids. That would be fantastic. I know he would love that. Maybe one day we can switch the roles, and it would be really nice. But for right now, I'm really excited about this next journey. My cat's meowing at the door, so I'm gonna go. I think that was all I needed to say about that whole thing, but that has been the highlight of my morning and everything that's gone on today, and I just felt like I needed to talk about it, and I needed to get it out there. So I'm really excited, and I hope one day my kids will appreciate what I have done for them and what their father has done for them, and we can look back at this and it'll be just a beautiful moment.